webinar. The full webinar will be recorded and it will be uploaded in in the internet for viewers who could not join us to view the webinar. Let's get into the first session, the opening session. And to give the opening remarks, I would like to request Mr. Basanta Shrestha, who is our Director Strategic Operations for ICIMOD, to deliver the welcome remarks. Basanji, the screen is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Arunji, and namaste and very warm greetings from ICIMOD. At the outset, it gives me great pleasure to welcome distinguished panelists, and also it's very pleasing to see Dr. Deepak Gewali among us in the panelists. Also distinguished resource person, participants in this important webinar. A huge welcome to all of you. The webinar's title is WEFE, a water, energy, food ecosystem nexus approach with an aim to share international experiences and, more importantly, its potential application for the Hindu Kush Himalaya. We are also very pleased to partner with Transboundary Rivers of South Asia, TROSA, OXFAM, and the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe, UNECE Water Convention in convening this important forum. Just a few words of ICIMOD. Some of you may be new. The International Center for Integrated Mountain Development, ICIMOD, is a regional intergovernmental organization with a mission for sustainable and resilient mountain development through knowledge and regional cooperation in the Hindu Kush Himalaya. As a knowledge organization, we view evidence-based science, technology, and innovation have been the key strengths of ICIMOD to influence mountain development policies and practices. At the regional level, ICIMOD is spearheading transboundary river basins and transboundary landscape programs over the last 1 decade or more to promote integrated and holistic approach, as well as to foster regional cooperation in addressing some of the key impending mountain development challenges in the Hindu Kush Himalayan region. Just to give you a few examples, for instance, in the river basins, we are promoting integrated river basin management at multiple scales, from very local level watersheds to large river basins, addressing in particular climate change impact, DRR, and upstream downstream linkages. Likewise, in the landscape programs, we are promoting socio-ecological monitoring and assessment to support conservation of biodiversity and to enhance livelihood opportunities. Reconciling conservation and development efforts and also ensuring ecological integrity have been the key facets of this program. We view that WEFE, water, food, energy ecosystem approach, is an exciting opportunity for us to synergize two of our signature regional transboundary programs, which promotes key natural and the geographical kind of approaches of ICIMOD, namely river basins and landscape. I believe this webinar is an excellent opportunity for us to share and learn from international experiences on WEFE Nexus approach and to analyze and to examine what it means for implementation in the context of HKH. And perhaps I would add that to customize such learning from other regions in the mountain context of the HKH region. We view that there are tremendous scope and opportunity for future partnership in this area. We are thankful for our long-standing partnership and cooperation with OXFAM TROSA project, which I believe is supporting this webinar as well. We are also happy to connect with UNECE Water Convention Secretariat as one of the key organizing partners, and we do hope our partnership goes beyond this webinar in promoting WEFE approach in the HKS. Having said this, we would also like to broaden our collaboration and partnership with other like-minded organizations. And we consider this is an opportune time as we are developing a new strategy for ICIMOD and the next medium-term action plan 2023 through 2026. Lastly, I wish to thank organizers for this opportunity and wishing you all a very successful deliberation in the webinar and looking forward to a longer-term cooperation with TROSA, OXFAM, UNECE, and many other partners in the region. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Basanji. Thank you for that brief remark, highlighting ICIMOD's vision overall, but also related to the WEFE Nexus and where we want to go, our aim for the future. I think that was very useful. Thank you so much. Now, with that, on my part, I would also like to continue on with what Mr. Basant Shrestha had started, and try to give you a little bit of idea about what we are going to do today. First of all, on the chat box, Sharmila has posted the web link where you can, if you have not yet looked at the, a little bit of background about this webinar, the agenda, and also you will see the profile of the presenters and panelists. So if you wish, please visit that website. Now, as said, water energy food ecosystem nexus approach is relatively new in the Hindu Kush Himalaya region where ICIMOD operates, particularly with this added layer of ecosystem, which we feel is very important. And this region itself, I think we'll discuss that a little bit later. As said, we see the Nexus, WEFE Nexus, as an opportunity to synergize the efforts by different sectors so that development plans are not prepared and implemented in silos. They are integrated. And also, as said, this is an opportunity to synergize, integrate two of our, major thrust areas, the basin approach, river basins, and the landscape approach, which the first one is a bit water focused, whereas the second is more ecosystem or biodiversity focused. So I think there is a need and opportunity to kind of bring them together. And also the Nexus is an opportunity for transboundary cooperation. So that's what we would like to know more, learn more, and try to see what we can do. So that is basically the objective of today's meeting, is to first learn more about the experiences from international experts, right? And that would be the first session today. And we have excellent speakers lined up, presentations lined up in the first session. Then we would like to go ahead and kind of look at what are the opportunities, more focusing on the Hindu Kush Himalaya region. What are the opportunities? What are the methods, frameworks, approaches available, and what could be applied in the Hindu Kush Himalayan region, and also what could be challenges and limitations in this region. I think that's the second thing we would like to discuss, and that will be done in the panel discussion session after the presentation session. And again, we have four extremely renowned panelists lined up for the panel session. And then I think the last part, major part, would be to go into the breakout sessions. And there we will try to discuss a little bit more in those topics, basically, and try to distill some important, messages, some important kind of highlights for us to take it forward in terms of implementing Nexus approach in Hindu Kush Himalaya region. And that would be an opportunity for all participating in this meeting to contribute and interact. So this is a very brief, kind of overview of what we are going to do today. So with that, we come to an end to this opening session, and immediately we go to the first session, which is the presentation session. It's titled Experiences on Water Energy Food Ecosystem Nexus. So as mentioned earlier, we have four presenters lined up, extremely experienced. And on your screen, you can see the speakers. We have four presentations and five speakers. I will just, in one go, mention the name and their affiliations one by one. So the first speaker today is Miss Lucia de Strasser. who is Environmental Affairs Officers at UNECE Water Convention. And she'll be talking about Nexus and Transboundary Cooperation, conceptual framework and experiences under the Water Convention. Then the second presentation is from ICIMOD, WEFE Nexus in Hindu Kush Himalaya, Context, Significance, and Opportunities. And there are two speakers will be doing this presentation, Baba Khan and Sunita Chaudhary. And they represent ecosystem services, a theme of ICIMOD. The fourth one is Dr. Christian Siderius, who is visiting senior research fellow at London School of Economics. And the title of his presentation is Quantifying the WEFE Nexus. And the final, but not the least important, is a presentation from Dr. Cesar Carmona Moreno. And the presentation will be on implementing the WEFE Nexus and achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. Now, my apology, due to time constraints, I will not be able to, give a detailed introduction to you. And as I said, the bios are all in the website, the link which had been shared. So participants are encouraged to visit the website and get a little bit more acquainted with the speakers we have lined up today.